Today on Open Minds UFO Report, the Argentine Air Force's UFO study releases their first report. A Utah video shows UFOs moving like a school of fish. And Hillary Clinton says she'll look into UFOs, Area 51, and alien visitation. Your Open Minds UFO Report starts now. Hello and welcome to the Open Minds UFO Report. My name is Alejandro Rojas. Argentina's Air Force, also known as FAA, has an official UFO investigation organization which studies photo and video UFO cases. Although they were established in mid-2011, they have only recently released their first report. The FAA first announced the creation of a commission to investigate UFO reports in late December 2010. In May 2011, they officially launched the Commission for Investigation and Aerospace Phenomena, also known as CFAI, with a ceremony at the Condor Building in Buenos Aires, the FAA headquarters, where CFAI is also located. Since then, not much has been heard from the organization until now. The website Insplicada, the Journal of Hispanic Ufology, posted a translated story about a report posted on CFAI's website. The CFAI website is very simple, with just a few paragraphs of text explaining who they are and a link to download a form for UFO reports with photos or video. Below that is another simple link to the PDF report of cases they have investigated in 2015. It is perhaps the most simple and bare website of any government or military on the internet. The report is a bit more exciting and includes the investigation of 10 cases, most of which were reported in January 2015. The investigators appeared to find prosaic answers to the cases. All but one of the cases includes photos or videos. One interesting aspect of CFAI is that it relies on the help of civilian UFO investigators. In fact, most of the cases list who aided in the investigation, some of which are civilians. This adds to the transparency of the process. We have posted a Google-translated version of the report on openminds.tv. The original Spanish version can be found at CFAI's website. Argentina is not the only South American country with an official UFO investigation organization. Uruguay, Chile, and Peru also research the phenomena in an official capacity with dedicated departments. According to Jose Lai, the Director of International Affairs for Chile's Committee for the Study of Anomalous Phenomena, aka CFAA, South American countries take the UFO issue much more seriously than in the U.S. A witness in Ogden, Utah reported watching and videotaping a series of small orb-like UFOs moving across the sky like a school of fish or birds, according to a report submitted to the Mutual UFO Network, also known as MUFON, Witness Reporting Database. The witness was watching the moon at about 9 p.m. on May 15, 2014, when he noticed unusual movement of what he first thought were drones moving through his field of view in the night sky. The case was reported to MUFON on May 18, 2014, and investigated by Utah State Director Erica Lukes, who closed the case as an unknown. The witness is an incredibly bright young man, Lukes wrote in her report. He is a skilled photographer and videographer and obtained a BS in film. He and his girlfriend started noticing these strange objects when they were outside observing the moon. The objects in question were below the cloud cover and moved with such speed he could not explain what the objects were in conventional terms. Luke said that after his sightings, he began to call nearby military bases to see if they were testing drones, but this turned into a dead end. His initial reaction was that these were military drones, but he now feels the movements were too quick. I will classify this as an unknown. In the video, the witness points out that the speed of the objects is not indicative of how fast they actually flew by. He says the video uses stop motion in order to record in the low light, so the objects are moving more quickly. Viewers have suggested that the objects might just be birds, but the witness says that although the speed of the objects in the video is not accurate, to the naked eye they still appeared to be moving too fast to simply be birds. According to a story in the Conway Daily Sun, Hillary Clinton says she will look into UFOs and Area 51 and that aliens are probably already here. Damon Steer, a reporter for the Conway Daily Sun, a free daily newspaper in Conway, New Hampshire, says Clinton stopped by to join their editorial board meeting last week. At the end of the meeting, Steer asked a few questions about UFOs. Apparently, he had asked her questions about UFOs during her last visit with the editorial board of the newspaper in 2007. He wrote that she remembered his UFO questions and seemed to have fun discussing the topic. According to Steers, in reference to UFOs, Clinton told him with enthusiasm, "Yes, I'm going to get to the bottom of it." Steers then asked for some comments regarding statements made by her husband, Bill Clinton, on an April 2014 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live. On the show, Kimmel had asked Bill about his interest in UFOs. Kimmel brought up the subject by saying that if he were president, he would immediately go find out about UFOs. He said, "I probably wouldn't even finish the oath. I would run to the White House. I'd demand to see all of the classified files on the UFOs because I want to know. I want to know what has been going on. Did you do that?" Bill replied, "Sort of." Bill then went on to describe how he looked into the alleged crash of a UFO in Roswell, New Mexico in 1947 and into the legends of alien spacecraft being secreted away to the mysterious Area 51 base in Nevada. In both cases, he says he found nothing of interest. However, when asked about these questions in the past, he has added the caveat that there may be career bureaucrats that keep secrets even from presidents. As for Hillary's response to Bill's comments, she told Steers, "I think we may have been visited already. We don't know for sure." According to Steers, she also says she would look into Area 51, although she called it Area 54 before later correcting herself. Hillary also mentioned the UFO interests of the chairman of her campaign, John Podesta, who also served as Bill's chief of staff and was a counselor to President Obama. Hillary told Steers, "He has made me personally pledge we are going to get the information out one way or another. Maybe we could have like a task force to go to Area 51. Podesta has often discussed his passion for UFOs. His most brazen public comments came during a press conference in 2002 when he called for the release of secret government UFO files. He stated, "It is time for the government to declassify records that are more than 25 years old and to provide scientists with data that will assist in determining the real nature of this phenomenon." More recently, he has turned to Twitter to make his public statements on UFOs. In the beginning of 2015, Podesta tweeted, "1. Finally, my biggest failure of 2014, once again not securing the hashtag disclosure of the UFO files. Hashtag the truth is still out there." He CC'd at NY Times Dowd. This tweet received quite a bit of media attention, including a response from Hillary's, at the time, non-campaign. This was prior to the announcement of her official bid for presidency. News magazine Mother Jones wrote an article about Hillary and UFOs in April 2015. In it, they included the response they received when they asked Hillary's people about Podesta's tweet. Hillary's office wrote Mother Jones via email, "Our non-campaign has a strict policy of not commenting on extraterrestrial activity, but the truth is out there." Podesta did not stop there. In response to an interview of Hillary Clinton by writer and actress Lena Dunham in September 2015, Podesta tweeted, "Great interview at Lena Dunham, but Lena, ask her about aliens next time. Hashtag the truth is out there." He included the link to the interview and CC'd Hillary Clinton. Podesta has taken to Twitter again in response to this recent story in the Conway Daily Sun. On January 4th, 2016, replying to a tweet about the Hillary story by Bloomberg politics correspondent Jennifer Epstein, Podesta tweeted, "Just in time for the X-Files revival. Hashtag the truth is out there." All of these comments from the Clintons and their staff have excited UFO researchers, some of whom believe that the current government or a possible future Clinton administration may be ready to reveal what they know about extraterrestrials visiting Earth. That is, assuming previous official statements about UFOs and extraterrestrial life are lies covering up a cosmic conspiracy. However, many believe that although the Clintons and some of their staffers may have an interest in UFOs, their comments are made in jest. In a Huffington Post story on the recent comments made by Hillary, Steers told Huffington Post reporter Lee Spiegel via email that he thought Hillary was just having fun and the conversation was lighthearted. Spiegel writes, but Steer also thinks, given her relationship with Podesta and her husband's track record, that she might be sincere about moving forward with UFO disclosure. Donald Trump may be the candidate in the spotlight for the mainstream media, but it is stories like this that are keeping UFO enthusiasts at the edge of their seats with anticipation for what the Clinton camp will do next. Pretty exciting stuff. That's your Open Minds UFO Report for today. You can find these stories and more at openminds.tv. We post fresh UFO news daily. You can also follow us on Twitter at Open Minds TV, and you can find us on Facebook. Don't forget to register for the International UFO Congress, the Guinness World Record holding largest UFO convention. Early registration is open, so you can get a discount by registering now at ufocongress.com. Let us know if you enjoyed today's episode by liking the episode on YouTube and leaving us your comments in the section below. You can also download our podcast, Open Minds UFO Radio, on iTunes or at openminds.tv/radio. Thanks again for joining us today. For OpenMinds.tv, I'm Alejandro Rojas.